How do you communicate? Hi, my name is Fallon Chua and welcome to another Make More Mind Bites. Have you ever noticed that you communicate differently with different people and also with different circumstances or different scenarios? But you also know that you actually have a very dominating type of communication style. Well, recently I've gone through a whole list of questionnaires to find out what is my dominating type of communication style. Now, there's four main types of communication styles, and they are number one, very direct, number two, initiating, number three, analytical, and number four, supportive. Now, going through all these questionnaires, they gave me a whole bunch of numbers and said that I was mainly a very direct communicator. And then also a very close second was the analytical and initiating, and then followed by a supporting type of communicator. And as I was looking through my life, I realized that sounds pretty much right because of all the stuff that I've gone through in my journey to becoming who I am today. Now, going deeper into what each style is, we have direct, which is a very decisive, very focused, very results oriented type of personality where your progress is usually achieved met by challenges and very motivated by achieving results and also progression and all that kind of stuff. Now, when I look at lots of world leaders and lots of business leaders, one person that comes to mind is Steve Jobs. He's a very, very direct communicator. One of the most famous sayings that he had was for the slogan of the iPod. When the iPod first came out, he did not talk about all the technical jargon. He did not talk about the stuff inside the iPod. All he said was something very direct and to the point. Imagine 1,000 songs in your pocket. And that was a line that stuck with everybody, and everybody could know exactly what it is that an iPod can do. He was also one of those people who communicated in a sense that's very direct and wants people to just figure it out. When he wanted his product a certain way, he wanted to look good. He wanted the insides to look as good as the outside. He wanted no mouse. He wanted a touch screen. He wanted all these things, and he was very direct in what he wanted. And he just expected his team to follow through and to figure it out. So that is a very direct type of personality, a very direct way of communicating. The second one is initiating. This type of person is very energetic, very sociable, and usually talks a lot more than they listen. Now, when it comes to this type of communicator, I kind of think about Gene Simmons, the lead, one of the founders of Kiss. And when you listen to him talk and when you watch his interviews, you could tell that he drives all the conversations towards what he wants to talk about. He drives all the discussions towards what he wants to talk about. In fact, one of the most engaging comments that he said was, "Do you know why I always wear sunglasses? Because the sun never sets on planet Awesome." And I thought that was pretty neat because it goes back to talking about himself once again. And he's just so good at driving that conversation to be what he wants it to be. Another thing is to showcase how initiating he is. He always goes out and puts out his hands first to shake hands, to engage with people he's meeting, and make sure he makes eye contact with them, making sure that he initiates that initial contact or initiates that initial eye contact as well. And when I was fortunate enough to meet him, he really made me feel important because he was very engaging, he was very energetic, and very, very sociable, very talkative, and that is the type of communicator he is. Number three is analytical. This is the type of personality where it's very organized, listens most of the time, and only speaks when asked upon. And when they speak about technical jargon or about information or data, they go on and on and on and on, and they want supportive information. And they're very, very analytical. And the thing is, when they speak, they usually take emotions out of it. They focus more on the facts, the data, and also the information that they have at hand. The first person that came to mind when I thought about who is a very analytical speaker, well, that would be Steve Wozniak. When you start talking to him and when you hear him speak, he goes on and on and on about the details, what he does with the Apple product, what he came up with in intricate details, and also with regards to all the little informations that he has, and is very, very focused on technical advancements and all the technical jargon that comes along. And he goes on and on and on. And he goes very, very fast. There's not a lot of emotion in there, but he goes very, very fast because he's very excited about the technical aspects of conversations and technical aspects of things. But when not being asked about that kind of stuff, he kind of stays behind. And when he was partnered up with Steve Jobs goes on and talks about all the other stuff. But when it comes to technical stuff, when asked upon, he goes on and very, very organized and articulate when it comes to the technical aspects. Now, the last one is supportive. This is the type of person who really, really focuses on relationships, listens very, very intently, and is very, very cooperative. This type of person is very supportive, gives motivation, encouragement, and boosts people's up and makes sure the relationship works very, very well. The first person that came to mind when it came to a very supportive communicator is Kevin Smith, director of many, many movies, Chasing Amy, Dogma, you have Clerks and all that kind of stuff. He's a podcast host and does a whole lot of stuff for the comic book world. And he is very, 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 very supportive. In fact, he always encourages people to create. Why go out there and troll people or put negativity out there in the world when you can add more, create, and make people notice you for the stuff that you create? And he's never known as the person that puts anybody down. Whenever there's a movie out, he always gives support. He always encourages people. He always says that it's a job well done. It's very, very rare that you hear him bash anything. And he's very, very supportive of the arts. He's very, very supportive of people who wants to do podcasts, who wants to create movies and films. So those are the four types. You have the direct, the initiative, the support, and also the analytical. For me, throughout my journey to become who I am today, I have gone through all four of these phases. I started off as an engineer, a very, very analytical and very, very information and data-based type of communication. And then as I was going into real estate and business and learning about this whole new world, I became a very direct communicator. I spoke so much about real estate and business and marketing and branding to the point where lots of people, hey, I don't remember who you are. So therefore, I had to take a step back and start realizing, okay, I can't be that direct anymore. Then I realized I needed to start going out there and networking and building relationships. And that's where the initiating type of communicator came in, being more sociable, bringing that energy up when I'm speaking on stages, when I'm speaking in front of a video camera or in front of live Zooms and all that kind of stuff. And that's where I was able to build a good relationship with people, build more connections, initiate conversations, network more efficiently. And that's when I had to start building up on my initiating type of communication. And then finally, support. That was out of the four, my lowest scoring one. But as I was getting through these processes and these different stages of my life, I got to the point where I started creating my own hockey team for recreational purposes. And I became the captain of that, which means I need to be more supportive, be more outspoken and encouraging and motivating to the team, and started implementing that style into my communication as well. And also, I became a coach and helping other people unlock their potentials and achieving more success. And in that case, as a coach, you also need to be more supportive and motivating and engaging and building that relationship so that they are able to reach as much success as they can. And you're there to guide them throughout the process. So with that, I was able to realize that survey that I did, that questionnaire that I did was very, very on point as to what type of communicator I am. I am more of a dominating direct communicator, but all those other three is featured throughout different parts of my life. And because of where my life progressed, those elements have actually come in the appropriate times and became more appropriate when I needed them most, kind of thing. So when it comes to those four types, again, it's direct, initiative, and analytical, and also supportive. And in order for you to be a great communicator, you need to have all four. I understand that you might have one that's more dominating, but being able to integrate all four into conversation and integrate all four into your life will be most effective. So that is communication styles. And so how do you communicate? What is your communicating most dominating style? And until next time, today is the day to unlock your potential. We'll see you later.